Guys, there's a dark truth or forsake. Literally, you search what does forsake mean. Forsake third person present, forsakes past tense, forsook. Let's skip all that part past participle forsaken of the brand new game. But there's something about it. You know one about forsake, abandon someone or something, but Elliot got abandoned from pizza work at a pizza place on Roblox. Look at this on Origin. Read this for a second. Old English for a second. Renounce, refuse of West Germanic origin related to Dutch versaken and ultimately to for and sake. So let's choose this for a second. Use over time for forsake. For using, look at 18 the 18s. He used what 18s to 2019, but we didn't use that no more. But we did not use these. But what does that mean? So we go here, the dark truth of Forsaken. Here is this Forsaken Wiki. So what does that mean? So we read this during Spectre's presence. So this is in the real world, but who wanders around here and all of all? Origin unknown. Connect to the entirety of Forsaken and its lore. What are these things? Trapping every person in the game of Forsaken. So let's read the Spectre. Spectre is the being in charge of the realm of Forsaken, being responsible for the kidnapping of several people and for running the death games. So there's a lot of death games, alright? But if you play the most death games, you might get hacked on your phone, devices, and even finding your. But mostly we have victims. So far, we know of two victims, Tyler and David. Those are common names from boys, but definitely these are completely mythic for some reason. A piece to the puzzle. If you search this on Friends, you can find a full story of things that you never know. So let's read this story. Tyler's story is told through descriptions of two accounts and a game. A piece to the puzzle. I started when I was alone in my room. Another bad day, so I was just trying to lay down in bed for a bit and get some rest. I laid on my side and looked at my window, and I swear that it was different. Shade of gray, than it usually was. However, I paid no mind to it, as I had just assu- assumed that I was seeing things due to my somber suffering. It was subtle like that at first. A few small illusions that this could be discarded as your mind playing tricks on you. But then my walls began to contort, warping and folding in on themselves. So what does this mean? It means of the Spectre and Jason, the original killer from real life in the movie. So this is kind of being lore, but but screamed. But Jason sliced and diced of him his body parts, except for his body and head. So what does it mean? Actually, Chasing was the first movie of the game, and it added from Forsaken. Spectre makes the killers come after survivors and over again. Friday, I don't know what this means, okay? So you still know what it is. But but the most interesting part, in fact, for the sake of my studies, I decided to title it The Spectre. So you see the Forsaken, the the past participle Forsaken. David's story ended. For some reason, these are the messages in Forsaken for 5 minutes AFK. You aren't alone here. Do you call this your home? I decided when you can leave. Don't test my patience. I want to see your face. Come back and play. You wouldn't dare defy me. Don't turn around. The air is heavier out there, isn't it? I've been waiting for you. Is this where it ends? Do you hear that? I never left. If you leave, you won't make it far. Can you feel me watching? Why did you lock the door? You brought this upon yourself. There's nowhere to hide. Don't make me find you. Leaving is not an option. You belong to me now. Who else knows who else knows you're here? It's colder now, isn't it? You can't escape me. After 5 minutes, a message will appear saying a piece of the puzzle awaits you. Other known information. Spectre doesn't have any favorite survivors or killer, but prefers those who are extremely emotional. The Wabi is canon and is where the Spectre sends survivors when it's setting up its game. The killers, on the other hand, are sent to their own personal limbo. Cool Kid's limbo is him reliving past life. So remember that past Forsaken in the past participle. A majority of the characters' items were granted by the Spectre, it can take away stuff too. So you know what happened to the dragon on the head at the other hand. The NPCs in the lobby also participate in the games, just it's just not their turn yet. So you remember, Carl, NPCs are getting, but that's why it's in the Forsaken wiki. The Spectre chooses what survivors to forsake based on their negative feelings like guilt or grief. Guilty or grieving, that's what it means. The Spectre chooses what survivors to forsake based on their negative feelings like or read this. The Spectre doesn't have a physical form. It and is incomprehensible. So we haven't heard of this word. So if we search it, so this is how it understands more about the lore. Adjective: not able to be understood, not intelligible, a language that is incomprehensible to anyone outside the office. So, what's outside the office? Let's read the origin. Late Middle English, earlier than comprehensible, from Latin incomprehensibus, from in not plus comprehensibus. See convert. I'm not gonna read that for some reason. Used over time for incomfort 18s to 2019. Yeah. Word coach. Which of the opposite? We're now gonna watch yours. Actually, people who ask, but the Forsaken wiki is true.